Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the CT5-V Blackwing. Before we get into this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and link you to the Southtown Imports here in Utah for giving me some time with this CT5-V Blackwing. This particular one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include links to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Nick. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that goes through either a 6-speed manual or a 10-speed automatic. Power outputs are a whopping 668 horsepower and then 659 pound-feet of torque, and of course, you got the signature of the person that built the engine. And now before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I love the sharp body lines here on the CT5. I think they look so cool. And then popping down below, we've got the really cool Cadillac style daytime running lights with the LED headlamps. And then you guys can see Cadillac logo front and center with a camera just below the logo. Parking sensors integrated into the front end as well. And when you put it all together, this car just has such a cool, aggressive appearance, especially for a Cadillac. Coming around the side here, our time wheel setup is 275/35/19 in the front, and then 305/30/19 in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheel how it's darker in coloration, and then I love the red on the brake caliper. It's a really cool color. It's not like a bright red like what you normally get with sports cars. And now around the side here, you guys can see how the fender bulges out. Of course, you got our V badge here, and you got a little bit of venting there at the bottom. And then you'll notice that the mirror caps and the door handles are all body painted. And then here's your full side view with the CT5-V Blackwing. I like how subtle the design is. Like, it doesn't look like anything crazy. And now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, the opening here for the hatch, and then of course the V logo there on the back. And then popping to the rear, you guys can see that we got a decent amount of cargo space. That's one of the big benefits of the CT5 is that it's a larger sedan, so you've got more space in the back. And then when you're all done, just plop. Now we've got this very subtle low profile spoiler here in the back end. You can see CT5, and then we've got our V and then our Blackwing badge. And then I love the tail lights here on the new Cadillacs. I think those look pretty cool. And then look at the covers for the exhaust tips. Pretty snazzy. And then here is the rest of the rear of the CT5. Let me know what you guys think, but I like the subtle style. Now taking a look at the door panel, you have soft touch here at the top and then carbon fiber down below. And then you've got some Alcantara and then leather. It's pretty cool with all the different materials. This one has the AKG sound system. Really hard for me to say for some reason, but there's the door panel. And then look at the piping on the seat, and then you guys can see the colors there, perforated all down the center, and even this is padded on the side, which is pretty nice. Now legroom here in the back is actually pretty solid. That's one of the big benefits of the CT5, which have a V logo here on the back of the seat, and notice also on the passenger seat as well. But this one's actually off-center, funny enough, whereas the passenger one is not off-center, so I'm not sure what's happening, why that one's crooked and all that. Anyways, got some vents here in the back. And then you guys can see you've got a cup holder armrest situation. And there's actually a V logo in the seat. I didn't notice that before. And then headroom back here, I'm almost touching the top, to be honest. And now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see soft touch here. And then look at the carbon fiber and then the material use down below. We've got all of our window controls. All of them are automatic. We've got our mirror adjustments. Again, another speaker for the sound system. And then there is blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Of course, got another V logo there. And then look at these front seats. You guys saw on the back, they're carbon fiber buckets. But they've got tons of really nice leather here. They are still power adjustable as well. And then you guys can see we've got this for the heads-up display. And then your parking brake here. And then look at the pedals. Those are nice. Now here is the steering wheel. You guys can see really nice leather trim all around. You've got the red marker there at the top. Carbon fiber here, and I'm pretty sure this is the build number, 81 out of 371. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But you guys can see here with our adjustment for the traction, and then you've got your V mode here on the other side. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 10-speed automatic transmission, and you guys can see the volume controls and then cruise control. I feel like there's a lot of stuff from Mercedes. The reason I'm saying this is I just reviewed an E63S AMG before this, and I feel like there's just some touch points that are kind of like a little bit of a copycat when it comes to Mercedes. Anyways, turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock. So we've got the center gauge cluster, which I think looks pretty cool. It does show you a bunch of different bits of info in the car. The cool part is the different traction modes. So you guys can see all of the different traction modes that you have here with the CT5-V Blackwing. I mean, there's literally a traction mode for pretty much everything. And there are still drive modes on top of that. So on top of having regular traction modes, you still have your regular drive modes. And like sport mode, for example, you guys can, maybe you can hear it gets a little bit louder with the exhaust compared to the standard mode, and also in track as well. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. You guys can see the bird's eye view because this has a full 360 camera system, so there's tons of different angles you can see out of, which, I mean, this isn't a huge car, so it's not needed, but it's nice that it has it. Now this has GM's infotainment system, which I think is really good. It responds well, as you can see. You can also use a little dial if you don't want to use the touchscreen functionality. Has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, one of the better infotainment systems I'd say out there. And then this one, as I say that, this one, there we go, has the video recorder system as well, and the performance data recorder. Nice stitching and everything on the dash and all over. Got some carbon fiber inserted right there. And then you guys can see you've got your home screen button on this little metallic gray trim. Anyways, climate controls here, and there's a little screen there for the climate stuff. Dual zone climate. We also have heated and ventilated seats. Here's a little look at that. It's kind of hard because of the lighting. And then you got that for the parking sensors, lane departure. That's for the 360 camera system. So lots of nice tech. And this also has a wireless phone charging pad. And then we have our drive mode select, and then stability control auto hold as well. And then we have our shifter for the 10-speed automatic transmission. And then you guys can see a little analog volume control, and then this is for the infotainment system, and then a little cover here for the cup holders, and then carbon fiber trims all around there. And then with the center console, got good storage space, some USB action, and then a little phone holder right there. So pretty cool. I do like the trim on this. I think it's very nice. And then pretty big glove box, honestly. And last but not least, we do have the controls here for the sunroof situation here. I'll kind of brighten things up so you guys can see a little bit better. So we have a sunroof up front and then another one in the back. And then you guys can see we've got a nice premium headliner with this as well. Now, I don't have the original window sticker for this particular car, but most CT5-V Blackwings that I've seen brand new have been spec'd out to around $105,000 to $110,000 roughly for the original MSRP. Now, these are obviously hard to get, and so the resale value on these has been pretty crazy. Most of these on the used market are going for about like $130,000 roughly, so yeah. Of course, it's one of those cars. Everything is hard to get. They always go for big money. Anyways, let's sum things up.